Hey guys, today we're going to work on some ground movement sequencing and try to find some flow. We're going to first practice one move, then a second move, and then try to combine the two moves with as much fluidity as possible. We're starting off with the crab. This isn't the animal flow crab, if you might remember that one. This is one I learned from Ido Portel's locomotion workshop. On this one, we're going to be loading the arms, hands shoulder width apart. We'll place down the trailing hand, then the leading hand, as we lift the hips high and draw the abdominals in. There we cross the feet at the ankles for a moment and attempt to hover if possible. And then we will land on the trailing leg and then the leading leg. Next, we're moving on to the Cossack Insertion. This is another one I learned from Ido Portel's locomotion workshop back in 2017. This one is similar to a side kick through, which I have individual instructional videos on. I would recommend you learn the side kick through from those and then add a 180-degree rotation. With this move, you again load into the arms, hands shoulder width apart. But this time as you lift the hips high, you will be landing on the leading leg first. Then turning yourself around 180 degrees to return to a squat. The trailing leg kicks through underneath the body, extending through the knee, reaching out in the direction of travel, and then retract that leg in order to return to your primal squat. Here we combine the crab with the Cossack insertion. This one's a bit of a brain teaser. You have to alternate the leg that you land on, meaning once you will be landing on the trailing leg first in the crab, and then on the leading leg first when moving through the Cossack insertion. Try to figure it out, but be patient. This one does take practice in order to get the coordination down. And after all of that, a little roll up and a little spinal waving is always nice. Now we will get ready for a new combination. This one involves one full scorpion and one lizard crawl, a high lizard crawl. Let's begin with the full scorpion. If you're unfamiliar with this move, please refer to my individual instructional video for this one. But a few of the things to focus on here. You will be looking towards the foot that is supporting you, and you're on the toes of that foot. And that knee is straight but not locked as you press your breastbone towards that leg, that thigh, and open at the hips to hook the top leg up and over and gently land on that foot with the opposite leg outstretched. Here we have the lizard crawl. Again, familiarize yourself with this move in my individual instructional video, which you can find the link to in the description box below this video. And we can perform the exercise with straight arms, or you can slightly bend the elbows and get a little lower to the ground. We can perform the exercise with the feet low to the ground, or kicking one leg high like a scorpion hook. Either way, you want to think of stacking your supporting arm vertical so that your shoulder is directly above your wrist, turning the hips all the way in one direction, and then all the way in the other direction, facing to the right, facing to the left. Imagine traveling along a railroad track. The hands and the feet always land on the railroad track. And then it's time to combine these two moves with fluidity. So we perform one full scorpion and step into the lizard position on your railroad tracks and one lizard crawl. And then one full scorpion, transition into a lizard, make one lizard crawl, one full scorpion, and then the outstretched leg must slide underneath the body and come close to that same hand in order to set yourself up for one lizard crawl, and then back to the full scorpion. You can play around with the positioning of the elbows, sometimes straight, sometimes bent, sometimes getting lower to the ground, working towards a very low lizard crawl, which is super advanced. Our next drill is combining one crab reach from Animal Flow, and it's really a single arm bridge, great for the upper back and shoulder girdle. And we'll be combining that with the duck walk. Again, this one I have an instructional video on. Please do refer to it for more detailed instruction. And you'll be supporting yourself on one hand where you're corkscrewing from the shoulder down, creating external rotation in that shoulder. Drawing the shoulder down from the ear and opening your hips, extending your hips as much as possible, driving through the feet, engaging through the glutes. The supporting shoulder is stacked directly over top of that wrist. The knees remain stacked over top of the heels, or drive forward, slightly forward over your toes, but they do not move laterally either into the center or out to the sides, as best you can. And then we're moving on to the duck walk. Again, I have an instructional video on this one. Please do refer to that. And you can practice a fisherman's pose first to warm up your toes and ankles, but this is all about opening the hips and creating some mobility through those feet as you stack your buttocks right over top of your supporting heel, which is directly over top of your big toe. And the hips open up to 90 degrees. And then the trailing foot will step forward in a circular manner and come close towards the front knee. And then we're going to move into a crab reach and take one duck walk forward and crab reach on the opposite side. Back to the duck walk, one step, and again opening the hips in the crab reach. Again, noticing that the knees are aligned with the feet. They can drive forward in front of the toes, but they're avoiding that wavering from side to side when in the crab reach. And we're traveling forward in a straight line, opening the hips, one stacking shoulder over wrist in the crab reach. This is a beautiful warm-up drill. Warms up the feet, ankles, the toes, the hips, the spine and the shoulders, all in one.